we all know we're all addicted to something. Well, today we are watching The Age of Addictions. Let's get straight into it, guys.
Addictions have always been a thing in this world, and it's inevitable people get them. Each generation has had a different set of ones affect them more compared to the next. Boomers were more addicted to cigarettes and alcohol, being the victim of the tobacco industry and having them pay off doctors to say things like this.
You know, this night work's kind of rough, isn't it? That's right. But a camel's always a pleasure.
Yes, folks, the pleasing mildness of a camel is
that is
as
crazy.
enjoyable to a doctor.
People really feel for anything because of a doctor.
Hey, it's all good. They made it for that stress by beating their millennial children for asking them to get a toy. Millennials and Gen X are more addicted to alcohol and prescription drugs, and also posting the most cringe content you'll ever see on TikTok.
Oh yeah. Ew. Take this on my screen, dog.
When you were the victim of the generation that would beat you just because. You know what?
True.
If they're having fun on their side of the internet, I'm happy for them. And of course, we end up with the dump of all that, which is Gen Z. But I think we're kind of different because before you had to do a little more searching in the past generations to get that addiction. You know, like have the money to buy a cigarette or alcohol. But now, because of the digital age, it's made it almost impossible for Gen Z to not have an addiction. The amount of people in Gen Z who just have an addiction casually and we act like
I got addicted to the hub since I was maybe like 13, 14 when I was starting to hit puberty. And then I kind of let it go. And then 2020 came around and it got worse. So it's like, yeah, I know everybody got to have some sort of addiction. I got to be able to change mine because I'm still struggling with mine.
It's normal is kind of insane. We were the first test group of the internet's effect on a younger generation. And now that everyone's on the internet 24/7, like 90% of people have an addiction because of the internet. So I want to talk about all the ones that are getting pushed and more amplified with us, I would say. And
I used to watch kissing pranks. I used to watch kissing pranks and two girls kissing. That was my shit. That was my shit.
We could start off with food. Okay, food didn't start with us, and Gen Z isn't even the fattest generation. But because of online ads and social media ads, it's very easy to push. We haven't even paid attention to the thought of how many food delivery apps we have. Bro, growing up, I remember the most you could deliver to your house was a pizza. It would be late night, and if you were craving something and didn't want to drive to an actual physical location, your ass had to order some Domino's or Papa John's. I know it had to suck working at one of those places back then, though. Because the amount of prank calls that would go viral on YouTube of people just trolling them was astronomical.
Oh my God.
Channel Ownage Pranks used to go A1 back in the day. Bro would spout the most stereotypical racist accent to a worker and ruin their day. And you don't even need the delivery apps anymore. If you just download the fast food apps, they get it delivered for you. You know, you got your Chick-fil-A's, McDonald's, Taco Bell, Food, Chipotle. Wait, what? Yeah, believe it or not, that was a real delivery service app until it got taken down. I wonder how such a family-friendly thing could violate Apple's terms of service. And if you download
to be fair, Apple is literally blocking Fortnite from coming back to mobile. So they are that pick and choose.
Food apps, you can save like half your costs by using them. They make it easier than ever to get big backed because they'll give you the best deals ever that for some reason they don't offer if you don't order on the app. In quarantine at my biggest backers, I was trapping off that McDonald's app getting a free large fry with a $1 purchase. You got with 2 million McDonald's points who order basically
what? Oh my God.
Every day for the past 4 years. At that point, do you get to meet Ronald McDonald or something? Because that has to deserve some type of reward. TikTok gotta be the biggest influence for food nowadays, though. Because how many times have you seen a food spot on TikTok and it's near you? And you think
not me, actually no.
Damn, now I gotta try it to see what the hype is.
Actually, no, I don't think I've ever wanted to eat like anything really. I don't think food has ever been like, oh, I know, guys. Yeah, laugh at me. Yeah, look at that. Okay, that don't mean I like eating food, all right? Shit, look at this shit too. Look at that. Yeah, stop playing with me. I see the muscles too. But yeah, the food side wasn't really. I never really peeped it like on TikTok or Instagram Reels when I'm on there. I don't really see as much, so it doesn't really affect me.
With traveling nowadays, everyone's go-to when looking for food is going to TikTok to see what the people are saying is the best. I always think how insane Keith Lee's come up was, and it shows how big backed we really are. Because he quite literally will go to a food spot, give a review, and all it takes is a God damn, that's good. And the whole restaurant is fully booked up for the rest of the year. That's not a diss either, by the way. You know what I'm saying? We have with Keith Lee over here. And then you got those mukbang videos that became popular where they're eating gargantuan masses of food. I learned
just by looking at this, that shit makes me full and disgusted with myself. Now, don't get me wrong. Cane's is good. I'm just not trying to be like this. Goat Mar W, go to genetics. Yeah, I appreciate that, twin. I appreciate that. At least somebody noticed.
That some people watch these because they want to feel like they're literally eating the food, but their stomach can't take it, so they watch someone else do it. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with them. I just get sick and want to yak out a car window after.
Exactly.
If you eating like this, you dead ass abusing your stomach wall lining. Next, we got vaping. For all the people who watch me and vape,
thank the Lord I never did this.
You're bigger than the vape. So do me a favor and put it down for your health now and your future. And pick up a cigarette like a real. I always find it so insane that our generation was bombarded with PSAs about smoking and the harmful effects of it. Everyone ended up thinking we wouldn't be affected by it as much and be a much more healthy generation. Until they released flavors with the name Mango Cherry Freeze and Fortnite carts that no one knows the origin.
Fortnite Slurp Juice cart? Oh, okay. Hold on now. I'm gonna have to I never smoked, but this might have to be a hit.
I knew our generation was gonna be the most addicted to it when I would walk in the school bathroom and casually see
oh my god,
with clouds of smoke coming out of it. And you'd have some dude on lookout.
I saw two people that asked me in school when I was still in school. They asked me, "Yo, do you got a vape?" Hell no. I'm going to a bathroom, go do number 1 or number 2, and not to vape. That's a number 3.
Paying attention to the sound of the jingling of keys to tell if a staff member was around or not. Then they start fumbling around and waving the smoke around to try to hide it. I didn't even know how bad it was at first though, until I found out kids in elementary school are doing it too. As a kid,
what? There's no way kids in elementary are doing it, man. Don't tell me that bullshit. Are we serious?
Are you getting the money to even afford that? Are you selling your rare Fortnite skins or something, then ordering them on eBay?
No, not my Renegade Raider.
3.5% of middle schoolers in America vape as well. Low key, we gotta bring back these scary anti-smoking laws. Because I remember when I was a kid being terrified of the thought of smoking. They would show the diagram of a healthy lung versus smoker lung, and I would have nightmares for the rest of the week. And no, you can't quit at any time. If you're somebody that has to sit there and reason with your friends like you're making a deal on Wall Street that you can, then let me introduce you to the last stage of grief, acceptance. It's okay to accept the fact that the rest of your friends are gonna live amazing, wonderful lives until 80, 90, or 100. And at 40, you're gonna drop randomly in your kitchen after those mango cherry freeze chemicals reach your heart. And weed smokers, where y'all going? Cause y'all ain't safe from this.
Get over here!
I think out of a weed smoker and vape smoker, the weed smoker is usually more healthy. Mainly because the product doesn't have mysterious chemicals imported from a factory in Beijing. Nowadays, though, they be lacing the hell out of that weed, so I don't even know about that anymore. You could be picking up what you think is some regular off from your local dealer, and it ends up being laced with fent, raccoon, and pee. The most annoying thing about
Schedule 1 reference. That's my product right there.
Smokers is they do the same thing as vape smokers, saying they can quit at any time, but they'll also argue with you, saying it makes them more productive, and they'll bring up successful people that do it as an example, like I don't know, Snoop Dogg or Wiz Khalifa. The person saying it though, 99% of the time is never productive. Like you ask them what they did through the week, and it's take a shower once, rage on Valorant, goon to Sophie Rain, then smoke 7 times.
Okay, one thing I gotta say, as a professional gooner, I don't see why people want to goon to Sophie Rain. Maybe just the old people. But me, myself, you know what I'm saying? I'll try to go for a Pog. I want to go for the good stuff. We talking, Pog Emily. We talking, Jenna Star. We talk, boy, I can keep going.
If you're not one of those productive people using it, then you can't say it. And you'll also never be as productive as someone sober in that time. It's so bad, you got who will work the whole week, then half of their paycheck is going to some rolling papers in that flight.
Oh, hell
I think the reason why the rise of addictions and smoking weed is because it's so easy to access nowadays. They got whole apps meant to deliver strains to people. And you could go on Snapchat and casually see 10 dealers in a 1-mile radius. Back then, people were scared of getting caught, especially when the internet wasn't a thing. Plus, it was a lot more penalized, so people didn't take the risk. Next, we got gooning. I already made a whole video on this,
is my department.
Spend a lot of time on this. But the algorithms nowadays, more than ever, are meant to fuel horniness.
Like exactly. Hold on, I guarantee you right now if we go to my Instagram, you're gonna see it. Even though I don't see no gooning. Look, let's go. What I say? It's Pink Panthers though, so you know what I'm saying? Hey, we can let this one slide, right guys? Oh god, that's not mine. But look! I don't even watch this shit. I don't know why that's on my in my feed. Like all this? Are we serious? Guys, I'm not a gooner. Trust. Look, if I go to my reels, this is what we're gonna get. You see? See? This is the shit we get on my reels. I just get like anything really. But I'm telling y'all, man, it's the algorithm doing some crazy shit.
ever open your Instagram feed or TikTok feed and they're literally throwing it in your face?
Yes, I just showed it.
Click not interested, it doesn't work. I think they have the button there just for fun. The best platform I see optimized where I don't see it is YouTube, because my algo is built brick by brick. It still happens.
Yeah, no, all my YouTube is just videos for me to watch on stream.
AI chatbot ad. But on Instagram and TikTok, they purposely don't listen to me. I just want one person to do some research on these algorithms and see if they got a horny piece of code written in there. A lot of people also talk about why were we so sexual at a young age, which is kind of true, you know, when I think about it. It's a mix of things. One being the internet, although it's not as bad as now. Like I remember I going to Nicki Minaj videos. Access in 2025 is probably gonna win this corn at the age of 7. Probably a mix of us looking at these Disney stars when we were kids and thinking of some freaky.
Bro, Rapunzel had a crazy effect on me, yo. I wanted to just grab that hair and
crazy thing to me was the shift of how OF stars and corn stars were perceived. Back then, I remember when a girl got leaked, it was the worst thing to happen to her life. Like her whole sacred temple was exposed to the world. Or just somebody ousted as doing that line of work. They would never want that info out. But nowadays, if you see a link tree in that bio, it's like a Russian roulette of if you'll see an OnlyFans link or not. It's just a casual thing now to see someone naked online. Never in my life growing up.
Don't you see? Is someone under the Snow Bunny mind control? Oh, I'm under the Snow Bunny mind control. I'm lucky him, Loki. I need me a black queen or any Latinas. Come take me away from these white women, please. But I remember there was like don't you feel sad when you see like a beautiful girl? You know, you think she's nice and innocent, she wouldn't do all this. And then you go to her bio and then you see that she got the damn link tree.
Think someone I went to high school with would start one, but I'm about 0 to 3.
I knew a girl who I went to high school with that had one in high school.
Gambling is next. Parlays have by themselves ruined the financial dreams of millions of Gen Z. Because with parlays, it feels like you're not putting much up. And if you already hate your job or you're trying to make it out, you're gonna take the risk and throw in something you can lose, like $10 or $20. But that ends up adding up, and as you keep losing, you end up losing like half your week's salary over some stupid ass prediction. My opinion is sports gambling is way more of a problem for us than traditional gambling. Like I feel like that was the problem more back then. Although we definitely got our addicts for that too. Kick as a platform is pretty much meant as a funnel to stake where you can play slots to your heart's desire. Sports betting wouldn't even be that bad if everyone doing it actually had the disposable income too. But there should be no reason your whole paycheck is going on a bet. And it's really hard to stop because when you do get those wins, you always think you could get one potentially with another bet. And I don't know about y'all, but I've been getting a whole lot more of sports betting app ads a lot. It makes no sense too.
I haven't seen it recently. I just been staying away from all the gambling.
So why are they even pushing it here when it's banned? Like it makes zero sense to me. It's almost like they know people can use VPNs to do it anyways. And they be giving some crazy ass bonuses just for you to join and make a single bet. Like who wouldn't take a free $100 to bet for just a tiny risk of forever being indebted to the app and watching every single one of the 500 bets you made in the past week? Just a tiny risk though. The sports betting industry growth is so insane when you look at the chart.
Whoa, 7.5 billion? Now with an M, would it be? That is outrageous, dog. We gotta really check ourselves.
Just 7 years ago, it was only $209 million, and now it's around $4 to $6 billion. If this ain't an indication of a recession, then I don't know what is. People's doing anything to get money. I guarantee there's some dads out there risking their paycheck and if their kids get to eat, just to see if the bet will hit of LeBron getting over 40 points in a game. Next, we got caffeine. And it's time to be open.
Another one I never got to do myself. Thank God.
My excuses, though, I only take pre-workout on days I work out, which is 5 days in a week. Not really a good excuse though, but trust me, I could quit anytime. I just need a little powder sprinkled in my toothpaste to get my bones.
Not me. You know, if you're a real man, you know what I'm saying, you don't need nothing in your body other than that flame you got, you know what I'm saying. Whatever motivation I got that day, that's how I'm gonna be that day. I don't need no caffeine in my system.
Is probably the easiest one to get because when you're tired in a day and need a little boost, it's one of the few legal substances you can take to boost your energy. Sadly, they banned the original Coke formula, but I've heard there's ways to get around it. It also doesn't help that on TikTok, people will post their favorite coffee recipes or
dude, I be seeing when they be throwing in so many random shit inside of that already with huge amounts of caffeine. I just look at them and I can taste. No, just by looking at the cup, I can taste the damn sugar and caffeine in it.
Then people run to the store to get the exact same one to see what the hype is about. Everybody all of a sudden also started drinking matcha and making matcha everything. Matcha coffees, matcha pancakes, matcha noodles.
Ugh. I'm never gonna touch no boba, matcha, whatever all this is, cause me personally, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the hell that is, so I'm just gonna stay away from it.
A couple of years ago, would have seen something like this and fried you on the internet for even having it. But now all you gotta do is post the trying matcha noodles on TikTok and people will love it just because it's matcha. Where the fuck did all this matcha talk come from?
Exactly.
Like, matcha is cool to me, but how did they get to the point where we're facing potential global shortages of it because everyone's having it? Also, having energy drinks is more commonplace now. Like, I remember in the past, if you told someone you was drinking energy drinks, they thought you were cooked, providing for 4 different.
Yeah, I still think the same way. But back when I was in high school, yes, I'm reminiscing, serenading the past. But anyways, I would see people at 8 in the morning drinking full-on monsters. Yo, chill out, gang. You might die by the age of 30.
Families on a one-man salary while getting 4 hours of sleep. Every company now, for some reason, has their own line of energy drinks. Like, who is dead-ass drinking the toxic waste energy drink and the Sonic the Hedgehog energy drink?
What?
Actually, that last one might not be too bad. Might just have me a grab it. I think caffeine addiction is also rising too because a lot more people are sleep deprived nowadays. It's a blessing for real if you can get 8 full hours of sleep in this time. So when people are tired, they say, why not? Let me just get one energy drink.
I feel like I'm one of the more I look into this shit, it makes me realize, damn, I am one of those last few normal people.
There's a very big risk with it though, and we can't forget. Energy drinks have only been getting used a lot more in the past 2 decades, so we still don't have long-term studies on their effects. And there's even tragic cases about it, like the case of Katie Donnell. Katie Donnell was a 28-year-old teacher and fitness enthusiast, and she always tried to live a healthy lifestyle and had a lot of caffeine through the day as one of the things. She would have 3 energy drinks a day and a caffeine supplement on top of that. And by the way, the recommended max amount of caffeine you're supposed to have in a day is 400 milligrams. Depending on how much caffeine those drinks had, she could have been having like 2x or 3x the daily limit. But even if they were smaller amounts, I think we can all agree that just the sound of having 3 energy drinks a day is insane. And in 2021, Katie had a heart attack and had to be put in the hospital, where 10 days later, she sadly passed away from the effects of it. So if you're near having 3 drinks a day, it might be time to reconsider how many you're having. The best schedule for people that do want to have caffeine is 5 days a week with at least 2 days off it. The more you have it, the more tolerant you get to it. So it's always better to have a little reset just so the effects still hit. It's also a problem too that kids are now starting to have energy drinks. When Prime released its energy drinks, there was parents complaining that their kids were having them and it was causing problems. I don't know what type of stress these is even going through to be having energy drinks. I only started drinking them after having some adult type responsibilities. Before 18, I wasn't having them. And once
I don't think I'm gonna have them even with adult responsibilities. Shit, my hair might be declining right here. I don't know. And this might be because of stress. I have no clue. This might just be because my hair is greasy and I have to shower. Yes, I'm gonna shower tonight.
And parents strike again at not monitoring their kids, because how do they even get access to these energy drinks? Since I said I only have them when I work out, we might as well throw gym in there as an addiction. Some of y'all might think it's odd that gym is here, but if you see how fitness social media is now, you know how bad it can get.
I feel like that's a good addiction though.
Gym influencers since
okay, as someone who's not addicted to the gym but wants to, I feel like it's good. Just don't start getting into like the gear and stuff like this, like Sam Sulek, like this. Don't start getting into a gear or any of that. I just feel like, you know, getting your workout in here and there. Yeah, your body might not look like his. Look at this. Obviously, I haven't gone to... I don't work out. But look. Yeah, my arms may not look like his. But that don't mean I want to go on gear. Am I going to be insecure about my body? Hell no. I can flesh out right now. Look at this. And I'm not insecure. Look at that. I'm not insecure about my body. That's the one thing you got to do. Is never be insecure about your body. Whatever way God made you. Guess what? That's how he made you. Just appreciate that. Because remember, you're going to be unique. Nobody has the same way you do. I'm just saying. But hey, I can never tell you how to live your life. You know what I'm saying? I can only try to help out.
2020. I'm glad the gym is becoming way more popular though, because in general it's good for everyone's health. But the lengths some people take to look like some of the influencers online is unbelievable. It's universally known now that a lot of influencers online straight up use performance enhancing drugs to look the best. One of the biggest known cases I would say is
Rock.
Everyone knows for his physique at his age, it's almost impossible for him to look like this without taking some type of performance enhancing drug. He always denies it and says he doesn't use them, which no one believes. Because when you're your job is to look the best, a lot of these influencers and celebs feel like they have no choice but to take them to keep up with everyone. And people in the gym community point out all the time who may be fake or real. One of the biggest gym influencers on—
look at what's his name? Look at Sylvester Stallone. He doesn't have to do it. Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. He doesn't need that, and he's known as literally like one of the strongest people
on YouTube's job is literally predicting from years of experience what influencer or celeb transformation is real or fake. But even if the influencers doing it are natural, it's never good to compare yourself because their entire job is meant to look good. Like they can spend hours at a time in the gym every day to look like that. Meanwhile, the average person usually gets out of school or work and can have 1 or 2 hours max. And it leads to people thinking they have to take the same drugs those influencers are taking. Nowadays, there's people who will show their journey through taking steroids or testosterone casually. I guess it's kind of good they're being honest, but like, can you imagine people did this for any other drug? Imagine a meth addict showing their journey of taking it through the years. And the people taking these drugs are getting younger and younger because they look up to these guys, ruining their whole body before it even got time to fully develop. It's okay to accept the fact that you probably won't reach their level, and if you do, it'll just take you significantly longer, which is fine. Like, bro, you got decades of your life to reach that type of build if you want to. You don't gotta rush it when you're young. And the reality is, you probably won't even want to keep up with that type of physique because it'll be too much work. The last category we got, which 90% of my audience will relate to, is unemployment. Unemployment is
that's the one I have right here.
Everyone's getting
That's me.
34.
34? Okay, what do you do?
I am a risk taker. I'm a road runner. I'm an entrepreneur.
I mean, think of it. You can nibble off of someone else's work for free while laying down on a couch and watching your favorite TV show. Society's become so cooked that anyone who quits their job or anyone who's applied to more than 5 and got denied just give up and decide to live that lifestyle. You even mention the word job to certain and they start quivering in fear.
Job. Let's go ahead. Go get a job, guys.
TOS run to get me packed out of here real quick. And I do want to put a disclaimer. What you're about to hear may be disturbing. Job. Employment. Working. Career. Business. Profession. Operation. I feel free being able to say what I want. I feel like the world is in the palm of my hand. For some reason, even though it feels like no one is getting a job now, we're actually reaching low levels of employment, well, at least compared to 2020. Moment of silence for all my who were looking for a job during COVID. Glad that wasn't me. Because God knows where I would be right now.
Yeah, I was in school.
Gen Z is as soon as finally started to get their degrees and get ready for the real world, AI had to advance at levels we never thought possible. I might have to make a video on just this alone. Man, we all thought AI would take jobs like fast food and have robots flipping burgers, but that's it. Now you got AI that can code entire websites for free. You got AI that automatically run YouTube channels and generate them unlimited money.
Oh, I have
seen
that.
There was a big rush of people getting STEM degrees because everyone was saying that was the speed run to get a 6-figure job. It's great to know that all those degrees are completely useless now that those jobs are taken by AI. So no wonder everyone's giving up and are embracing their unemployment. And when GTA 6 drops, mark my words, will quit their jobs just to have time to play this once-in-a-lifetime game. I'm truly scared for the job market in that moment. Hospitals are going to be empty from doctors and nurses trying to finish the GTA 6 storyline. So anyways, that's about it. If you don't align close to any of the things I mentioned, then congrats, you're one of the special ones.
Hell yeah. As you guys saw, the art of addictions. Make sure you guys don't fall into any of these addictions. And especially get a job if you guys haven't yet. I know it's coming. It's ironic coming from me. But I'm going to get a job soon. So y'all should too. That's about it, guys. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you guys drop a like. If you guys haven't yet, make sure you subscribe. We're really close to 200. Maybe by the time this video comes out, we already did. Anyways, still, thank you guys for watching and see you guys in the next video.